Welcome back to r/relationship advice, and today's story is an absolute roller coaster of emotions in which OP's girlfriend, who is pregnant by the way, cheats on him and steals all of his money. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to join our awesome community, and without any further ado, let's dive right into the stories. And the first one is titled, How do I, 35 male, get my wife, 35 female, to stop obsessively cooking and cleaning? For me, the better question would be, how can I get my girlfriend to start obsessively cooking and cleaning? Because not much of that is happening and it all comes to me. Either way, throw away, because I don't want this connected to my main. I know the title may sound obnoxious, but please hear me out. My wife, who I will call Emily, and I got married this past February. We moved into our new townhouse soon after. Before the wedding and move, we lived together in a rented apartment for about a year. Emily comes from a nice family, but her parents tend to have this 1950s mindset about gender roles. Her dad works and her mom is a Stepford housewife. It never seemed to affect Emily. When we lived together before marriage, we had pretty equal roles with regards to cooking, cleaning and other household chores. I'm not the best cook, but I can put together a basic edible dinner, think spaghetti and meatballs. I also do a decent job cleaning, except for folding fitted sheets, because that is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. We would take turns making dinner and ordering takeout like once a week or so. When we moved into the new townhouse as a married couple, it is like Emily had some internal housewife switch flipped on. She now cooks dinner exclusively every night of the week, and I'm not talking about heating things up. Soup is from scratch. She makes her own pasta noodles on the weekends. She even made her own croutons once. So if there's ever a worldwide crouton shortage, you know who to hit up. She cleans almost maniacally every night. She immediately does dishes after dinner. Each night, in addition to the routine cleaning and straightening up she does, there is a specific chore: laundry one night, deep clean the bathrooms the next, and so on. We had a clean apartment, but now it is like I am living in a Windex commercial. We both work full-time. I work for a law firm. Why lawyers are essential is beyond me, and she works in the healthcare industry, think hospital administration. The problem is that she won't let me help with any of these advanced daily chores. She actually gets irritated when I suggest it. Which A, leaves her and I no time to hang out and relax at night like we used to, watch TV or movie or just read together. B, leaves her anxious and stressed, and C, makes me feel guilty like I am not part of the relationship. We do talk over dinner, over a perfectly set table, just for the two of us, but it's not like it used to be at all. I have tried to talk with Emily about this, how she does not need to be some version of what her parents think is a perfect housewife, and how I want to help like I used to. She brushes me off and says that since I bring in more money, I should be able to relax after a workday. I have never thought this and don't believe I've done anything to suggest I might, and that being married means our relationship has changed in all different kinds of ways. I even told her that sometimes I just want a pizza delivered and not a 3-course meal. This is met with silence. Emily is exhausted. She should be. She's hand-washing our wedding dishes at like midnight before she has to go to work a full day at the hospital. She is overly anxious when her cleaning schedule gets disrupted. It is making me super frustrated. She's not taking care of herself, and I hate coming home to a frantic wife who is constantly thinking about the next chore on her to-do list. Any advice? And a user in the comments said, sounds like a coping mechanism for anxiety. And another person said, I was thinking about this. I used to be like this to a pretty significant extent and still am, though less so. It kind of creates a feedback loop wherein your anxiety causes you to engage in obsessive tasks to try to mitigate the anxiety, and then the tasks themselves and issues such as not completing them or being interrupted while doing them ends up creating more anxiety, and so on and so on. And guys, I would love to hear what you think about this story, and then again, it kind of got me thinking, so if I marry my girlfriend, does she maybe change into someone who likes cleaning the room and I don't have to do everything by myself? Sounds like a good deal if you ask me, but obviously the person in the story, something is not right there. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Update to the wife cooking and cleaning story. Thank you to everyone who commented. Here's the quick update. We sat down for an actual discussion last Wednesday instead of my usual offside comments and hurried conversations. The comments prompted me to say something like, I feel like you've been really anxious these days. Is that where the compulsive cleaning and cooking is coming from? Because it is different behavior from you and I am concerned. It was far longer than that and full of and like, but that was the drift of it. She choked out a yes and started crying. Now I have absolutely no idea what to do when someone is crying in my presence. I kind of patted her back with my fingertips and said, it's okay, 50 times like it was a mantra that would make the tears stop. After my awkwardness was done, I asked her to just talk to me. Turns out that yes, she is stressed about the hardships of her job, healthcare, given the current situation. She is also stressed out about whether we should really try to have kids given our ages. We have fertility issues and are not quite sure if parenting is for us. She is anxious about the pressure from her parents and family to have kids. I told her that I thought therapy would be good for her and she agreed. I also told her, and I'm not sure this was the best advice, but it seemed to work, that right now let's just try to be present with each other. We will deal with things one step at a time. I said I don't want us worrying our days away. Worrying it will just take away from today's peace and not tomorrow's issues. I admit I heard that somewhere and I cribbed it, but I also meant it. I think we are in a good spot. She researched and made a telehealth appointment in the very near future with a therapist who specializes in anxiety and OCD. The conversation was not magic. She is still stress cleaning and cooking, although it has calmed down somewhat. I'm determined to communicate more with Emily. Sometimes I can suck at that. You would think as a lawyer I would be decent at communication, but married communication is a different ballgame. In any event, thank you again for the advice and I wish you all the best. And guys, I'm curious, do you have any obsessive, let's call it tics, like the person in the story? You know, for me, ever since this pandemic started, I definitely wash my hands more than usual, but still, even before all of this, I really liked washing my hands. In addition, I'm not sure if you have something like this, but for example, before I leave the house, I always have to make sure, like 3 or 5 times, that the refrigerator door is really closed. I don't know why. Anyway, if you have watched until here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to like the video if you want to support me. Thank you so much in advance, and now let's continue with the stories. And guys, a little trigger warning, the next one is an absolute roller coaster of emotions, but it is very well worth reading. It is titled, My Girlfriend is Falling for Another Guy, What Do I Do? Hi, I, 19 male, have been dating my 20 female girlfriend for about 3 years now. She is also 4 months pregnant with our child. She always has been loyal and very quick to curve any guy that tries to hit her up or talk to her in person. And if I have a problem with a guy, just as if she has a problem with a girl, it is all good. We just stop talking to said guy or girl, but that all changed 3 months ago. We went to this party and I knew we shouldn't have went. Something was just telling me not to go. I should have listened. Anyways, so we get to this party and meet up with our friends, and right away I notice this guy staring at her. I also notice her staring at him right back. So I put my arm around her, but something just told me at some point in the night he was going to try to talk to her. Not a big deal, I thought. She would just curve him. I was wrong. He is like 6'3" and extremely muscular and good looking. I'm not bi, but I can tell this dude is a 10 to most girls, I am sure. He is way better looking than me. I also find out that he is 23 later on, and I know my girlfriend likes older guys. As the night goes on, of course, he talks to her. I go to the bathroom and come out and kinda chuckle to myself waiting for her to curb him, but this time it is different. I keep waiting for her to curb him, but she doesn't. Instead, she walks up to me and says, "Hey, a bunch of people are going to the garage to play beer pong. I will be back. Go hang out with Jason, my friend." Usually stuff like this happens all the time. We split up and everything is fine. I did not like how she was going off with him, so I said, "Why don't you come too?" And she just shrugged me off and said she wanted to watch beer pong, but that I should stay inside because I don't like beer. Okay, I figured I'm gonna go outside in a little while and tell her I want to leave. An hour later I notice everyone coming back inside who was in the garage. I wait about 10 minutes and see that neither of them have come back, so I walk out there and my heart dropped when I did. They are the only two left out there and they are sitting next to each other. She is laughing like crazy at something he said. I walk up to her and tell her I am ready to leave. Then she starts talking to me like a little kid.
Okay, go back inside. I will be ready in like 10 minutes, okay?
At this point I am pissed and I'm going to talk to her about it when she comes back in. I go inside and sit down on the couch and try to time her. It is 12:56. For some reason I fall asleep. I wake up to her shaking me awake.
Are you ready to go now?
She says with extreme attitude, which she never usually gives me. I look down at the clock. It is 4:08. She was just out there talking to him for 3 hours. I look around and everyone is either asleep or gone. I notice him walk in from the garage and walk up to my girlfriend, give her a hug and say bye. I try to talk to her about it and she just says it was nothing. I tell her that I don't want her talking to him again and she tells me don't worry about it, that he is just a new friend. Usually she would never say that she would immediately be like,
okay, no problem.
After that I noticed them Snapchatting and all of a sudden her hours at work have changed, and even though they've been exactly the same for the 5 years she has worked there. I don't know what to do. I've tried talking to her about it a million times. She goes out and spends so much time with this new friend that she does not even have time for me anymore. What do I do? I feel so betrayed and broken. Please don't say talk to her because I have tried. Fighting him is not an option. As I said, he is huge. And a user in the comments said, I don't know how to help you in the relationship, though I wish you luck, but definitely don't sign that effing birth certificate until you get a paternity test. Don't sign it. And another person said, he was with it enough to ask for help. Hopefully he is seeing everyone except 1 or 2 people that are saying cut and run and don't sign this until confirmed. And I gotta say guys, this story definitely has a lot of red flags. And I'm curious, would you still trust your partner in this situation? Let us know what you think in the comments. And the next one is an update and it is titled, My girlfriend found my post on Reddit, she wants to break up, what do I do? Hey guys, it's me again. I screwed up majorly last night. My girlfriend has been talking to this dude from a party as I explained in my last post, and last night I posted on Reddit seeking advice. Well, this morning I was awoken to my phone being thrown in my face. My girlfriend went through it this morning when she woke up and I forgot to log out of this account last night, so she had seen my whole post and now she is pissed, saying that I deserve to be broken up with and maybe she will go date that party guy. What do I do? She's been cold towards me lately anyways, and now this ruins so much more. I want her so bad, everyone is saying to leave, but I cannot bring myself to it. She stormed out before I could even talk to her, and she just sent me a Snapchat of her and the dude from the party being all cuddly. Then I texted her friend, who's a pretty nice person, and asked if they knew anything, and she was pretty surprised to hear from me saying that my girlfriend told her we broke up over a month ago. And that she had been hanging out with the new guy around her lot. It literally broke my heart when I read that. And I looked on Facebook and it does not even say that we are in a relationship anymore on there. I don't know how long it's been like that. I think she was just waiting for a reason to leave me, and today was her reason. What do I do? I have a kid with her. I don't want to fight for the rights to see my own child. Please someone help me. Also, for people asking the last post, she watched beer pong, she did not drink, and I hate beer, but I love vodka mixed with stuff. That is what I was drinking. And we are not controlling towards each other. There's never been a rule that we have to stop talking to someone. If we did not like who the other person was talking to, we would just express that it makes us uncomfortable and the other person would stop out of respect. My red flag was that this time she did not, and I was right to be concerned. Also, like I said, she would never take a guy hitting on her. She would literally leave them on red or be like, get the FO my inbox online, and in person she would immediately mention me to them and tell them to back off. For the last 3 years it's been like that. I never thought it would change for some handsome 23-year-old. I remember on the way to the party talking to her in the car about how excited we were for the baby, for marriage one day, for the future, everything. We used to talk about that stuff every day. That day in the car though was the last time I actually heard any enthusiasm from her about it. Anytime I would mention it afterwards, she would just be like, yeah. Also guys, we never left the honeymoon phase. For everyone saying I should have noticed it earlier, we never ever fought. Our relationship was literally always happy and full of cuddling and love and passion for 3 years, and then for it to end like this, I thought I found the one. I still think she is. She always told me, it is me and you against the world forever, and now I guess it is just me against the world. Edit, I also just went to McDonald's to get some breakfast and went to go pay and noticed that the 40 I had in my wallet is gone and so is my debit card, and checked my bank account and she withdrew $800. And another person in the comments said, withdraw the rest of your money and file a police report. She cheated on you, left you and then robbed you. It does not get more over than that. She's showing her true colors now. You need to understand that this is the real her and the person you were dating was just a face. File the report, wait until a paternity test to put up your name on the birth certificate, stop contacting her until the child is born. I'm sorry that you are going through this. Update, my girl is falling for another guy, what do I do? Hey guys, it's been a while. I wanted to tell you all how everything ended up, so as some of you know, after everything went down, I ended up getting into a relationship with my friend and it just could not last. So I was so torn up with my recent breakup, and I still am. I'm still not over anything, I'm still really depressed, I still hardly talk to anyone. We lasted about 3 weeks and then I had to break up with her. As for my girlfriend, well, I give her a monthly check of $500 now as she blackmails me and tells me she will tell everyone my biggest secrets if I don't. I tried to see if she was bluffing and she wasn't, so that is where I am at. Our baby is coming really soon and I'm just worried I won't be able to see him. She is still dating the guy that she left me for and apparently they are engaged now. She told me that she has more chemistry with him than me and that he's actually the love of her life and that she's glad that she met him. She is really happy and I am not. I got into a physical altercation with the dude like a month ago that ended up with me getting my ass beat. I went over to drop money off and he was there and he started saying stuff to me, so I pushed him and then we ended up fighting on the ground, but when I started to win, my ex ran up and kicked me straight in the balls and then her boyfriend beat my ass. So yeah, this update is not a happy one. I am still broken. I hope it gets better soon. She was such a different person for 3 years while I was dating her. I did not know she would steal from me, blackmail me, assault me. She never seemed like she would do any of that. She claimed that we would be together forever. And guys, as I promised, this story is really a roller coaster of emotions and there are still 2 updates left to go. Let me know what you think about this story so far, and I gotta say I have a lot of empathy for the OP. This is a horrible situation to be in and I would not wish it on my worst enemy. And the next one is titled, All 3 of us got arrested, my girlfriend is falling for another guy, what do I do? I listened. Yesterday I called the non-emergency police number and asked for someone to come to my house. I talked to a cop for about an hour and explained the entire situation. I showed him pictures of blackmail texts. I showed him pictures of my face after getting the crap kicked out of me. I showed him everything I needed to. He said he had to go talk to them as well, so he did and I filled out a report. He arrested them, I was so effing happy, and then 2 hours later he came and arrested me as well. Our charges: X, possession of MJ, not over 20 grams, assault, extortion, petty theft, resisting arrest without violence, possession of controlled substance without prescription with intent to sell, I don't know what that one is. And I guess they found drugs on them when they arrested them, and probation violation. She previously got arrested on drug charges, but I did not even know that she was on probation. X-Man, assault, resisting arrest without violence, possession of controlled substance without prescription. Me, assault. I am being told by numerous people that I should get out of this okay, but I'm still really scared. As far as I know, they are both still in jail, but my dad bailed me out as soon as he could. It is not a fun experience and I hope I don't do any time. She is literally about to have the baby anytime, so I do feel bad that she just got arrested, but I'm being told that both of them, specifically her, are probably gonna do some time, but I'm honestly just thinking about dropping charges. On the other hand, it would be cool to have full custody over my child. I am so torn. I'm also getting texts from a bunch of her family members who don't know the situation at all about how much of a piece of crap I am for getting her arrested and how I should have just moved on when she dumped me. Update: she just got bailed out and said she wants to get back together and that I should drop my charges against her and that she would fight the rest. Considering she is still engaged on Facebook, I'm leaning more towards this being a trick on her part. And the next one is the final update to the girlfriend's story. Hey guys, I figured I would give you one final update. Unless you guys want another one after court, let me know. We are all awaiting court. Mine is in 2 weeks and so is my ex's. My ex's boyfriend's is in 3 weeks. I don't think they will last though, because it is seriously looking like they are gonna do some time. My lawyer is telling me he thinks they might get years. I forgot to add that she actually got charged for fraud and identity theft as well, because apparently she was trying to use my social security card for something. I'm really glad I listened to everyone and called the cops. She keeps trying to tell me to get back together with her and that she will break up with the other guy and that we will have the life we were supposed to have. It sounds tempting, but as soon as I drop those charges, I know she would run. I'm not dropping anything. My son is currently at my house with me. I'm hoping to get full custody. If she somehow avoids jail, it's going to be very hard, but I'm going to try. That's it guys. I can update after court again if you want, just let me know. I'm scared for court too, because I don't want to go to jail. My ex's grandma is actually paying for all my legal fees because I told her the story and she always liked me and she felt really bad. She also gave me a very hefty check and told me to take care of myself. My ex also gave me everything she stole from me back, thinking it would help her case. So I don't need to work for probably the next 2 years and I'm going to rent my own apartment and just pay rent for the year in advance and then quit my job for a while and figure out what I truly want to do in my life. My ex is probably reading these as she keeps tabs on this Reddit account. I appreciate all the advice I have been given. I still miss her, I still love her, I still feel empty. If you guys can give any advice on where to go from here, I would appreciate it. Honestly, I'm a bit scared at what she may have planned next. I don't know how far she will go to win against me or whatever she's trying to do. I do hope she does not try anything serious, but until court is over and they are roaming free, I do fear for my safety. I'm probably also going to hire a financial advisor for myself and get their input on what I should do here. Honestly, I may or may not quit. I might need to because of the baby. I make good money, but I want to be there for my kid and I also want all my finances in order, so it is best to hire someone, especially with me being this young. I am nervous to have this amount of money. I don't want to lose it. And guys, unfortunately that was the last update to this saga, and I gotta say this was probably the craziest relationship advice we have read so far. Please let me know your thoughts about this crazy story in the comments. And I'm not really sure if this was really a happy ending, but in the end things were definitely looking a bit better than before for the OP. And guys, unfortunately we have already reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's stories, and if you haven't already, please also go to patreon.com/RipeYouTube, where I upload exclusive Reddit videos starting at just $3 a month. This is a great way to support me in case you are interested, and the chance for me to become independent from YouTube revenue. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.